guys, it's Ann from What's Up Homestead, and I'm going to can some potatoes tonight. I'm not going to can a lot. I don't have a lot, but you know, with this coronavirus going on, I don't know if I'll have access to any more potatoes. So, plus I don't know if I liked canned potatoes, so I'm going to try just a few jars. And I've got these 1.5 jars. I didn't know if a small jar would be enough, and I didn't know if a big jar would be too much, so I had these in my back room, so I thought I'd try that. But I don't even know if I like them. Some people say they like them, and some people say they don't. And these are white potatoes. And all I did was, I had 2 5-pound bags, and I just got the biggest ones out. And it just filled up this whole pot. And the directions from the ball canning says cut them up into 1/2-inch cubes and boil them for 2 minutes. So I'm going to boil them for 2 minutes, and I'm going to drain them. You cannot use the water that you cooked them in because it's too much starch. So I'm going to cook these for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to drain them. And then I've got some water here. Now I use just tap water here, but here I'm going to use some drinking water as my water, just in case. So I always usually like to can with water that's been sealed up, and it doesn't have chlorine or anything, because I know my water does have chlorine in it, so I wanted something free of chlorine. So what I'm going to do is wait 2 minutes on these potatoes, and then I'll drain them, and then I will put my canner on the stove and get it started. Since we will be working with hot potatoes and hot water, you want to heat your water in your canner before you put your jars in. You don't want to put hot jars into cold water. So I'll be back in just a few minutes when the potatoes are finished boiling, and then I'll show you what to do from there. Okay, I just wanted to come on and show you while the potatoes are coming up to a boil that the 1.5 jars, instead of using the directions for the pint, you would do it for the quart. So you would go up. So if you have 1.5 jars, and if it calls for, the recipe calls for pints or quarts, so you would always use the directions for the quarts. So the direction for the quarts calls for a teaspoon of salt. So I'm doing a teaspoon of salt. And the directions in the Ball Blue Book calls for 40 minutes per quart, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to assume that this is a quart and use it that way. So I'll come back. These potatoes are taking a minute, so I will come back and show you what the potatoes look like when I get them finished. Okay, the potatoes are done, and it says to put the potatoes in the jar 1-inch headspace, so it's right up to the rim. I'm going to put the potatoes in there, and then I'm going to cover with boiling water, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me get the potatoes in there. I usually use a funnel, but I'm just going to try and do it like this. Should have got my tripod, but just wanted to show you how. Okay, so I've got 3 jars and like 5 that fell on the floor, but that's fine. So I'm going to pour the boiling water over the potatoes, and I'll be right back. Okay, I poured the water in the jars, and now I'm just going to go in the sides and down the middle and try to get as much of the air out of it as I can. Get all those bubbles out. Just make sure your jars will seal. Okay, that's good. And I'm just going to wipe the top of the jars. And I'll be back with the lids and rings to put on there. Okay, I'm going to put the lids on. And then get the rings on. I don't put it on there very tight. I'll tighten them up when I get ready to put them in the jar. not in the jar, sorry, in the canner. So let me tighten them up and I'll be back. Okay, I've tightened them up and the water is warm. I only got 3 jars, but that's good enough. I really want to just try it. And we'll see. And they only have to go for 40 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on. And let me put the lid on and I'll come back and kind of give you an overview. Okay, got my lid on. Now this is just like any other video that I have done in the past. This works the same way. You put it on high and let this vent for 10 minutes. It has to be a steady stream, not just a little bit of steam. It has to be a steady stream coming out. And then we'll time it for 10 minutes. So I've got it on high and I'm going to wait for the steam to come out. And when it does come out, I'll show you what to look for. Okay, I'll confess and tell you what happened. I had only had room in here for some of the potatoes, so I left the rest of them over there to drain in the sink. And of course, when I got this canner ready and it was already steaming out, I realized that I had more potatoes to can. So I went ahead and got 2 more jars. So I think there's 5 jars in there. So now we'll just count down till we get some steam. And if you see that right there, there's something coming out, but it's really not steam yet. And even if it did just have a little bit of steam, we have to wait till you see the full blast. You can see, I don't know if you can see, just a little bit coming out. But we'll wait till we get a steady stream and come back, and then we'll start the timer. And while that's going on, I'm going to put some dinner on. And here's a can of beans that I did. First time I've ever did beans before. And they're really good. But I think next time, even for 2 people, I don't think that's enough. If you eat a small serving, you can get 2 or 3 servings out. But if you have more than 2 people, even more than 2 people, maybe 1 person would have that, but next time I'm going to make it a quart. So I'm going to open this up, and I think we are good on the steam. Yeah, the steam, it's a good steady stream, so I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And all the air is going to come out. And then when 10 minutes is over, then we'll put the weight on there, and then it'll go for 40 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. It came out for 10 minutes, and now I'm going to put the weight on. It's a 10-pound weight. The weight itself is 5 pounds, and the ring is another 5 pounds, so that makes it 10 pounds. So if you were in a higher elevation and you need 15 pounds, you would have your other ring on. But in North Carolina, it's only 10 pounds, so I'm going to put my weight on there. And when I put that weight on there, it'll make the gauge go up. And when it gets to 10 pounds, this should jiggle. So I'll bring you back when it comes to 10 pounds of pressure. Okay, while we're waiting to come up, I just want to show you that it doesn't make a whole lot with a jar, and that's even a wide mouth jar. So if you're going to can beans, I would can them in quarts. And if you learn to can, that would be an easy recipe to use, is canned pinto beans. It's very easy. And I've got my potatoes here. So when you can your meals, I just go back there and grab a jar and heat it up, and you have dinner in no time. It's convenient. It's shelf stable. If your power goes out, all your food in your freezers, you'd have to cook it up, but you'd always have your staples. I always have like chicken, beef. I have vegetable soup, all these things back there, and hopefully I can make a video tomorrow and show everything I have back there and what's in my freezers. So here we go. I heard the jiggler going. So it is at 11 pounds. So I'm going to start my timer for 40 minutes. And I'm going to make sure that this doesn't go over. You can let it go 11 pounds what it is now, but don't let it go any further. So it's going a little bit further than 11 pounds, so I'm just going to back the heat off. I'm just going to go down to 9. And if it goes even further down, I'll maybe go, I won't go all the way to 8, but I'll go to like 9.5. And then just go slowly down till it maintains a pressure of 11. I like to go 11 just so that'll give me a little bit of a leeway so I don't go back. Because if you go under 10, you have to start from the absolute beginning. Even if you had 39 minutes, if it dropped under 10 pounds, you'd have to start all over again. So we don't want to do that. So it's getting up there. So I'm going to back it up another half. I'll probably go to 8 because this looks like it's going pretty fast. So hopefully that'll back up. And I used to be terrified. I don't know, 15 pounds, but if you think about it, other people's elevations are at 15. You have to have 15 pounds, so I'm not worried. So it's backing back down. And if anything would happen, just like I've said in other videos, this would pop out. It wouldn't explode. That would pop out and your pressure would go back down. So don't worry. Believe me, I've spent years just watching videos trying to figure out how to do it without blowing myself up. Because it's just so intimidating. But believe me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, my 40 minutes is up. I'm going to take it off the burner gently, and I'm going to let it sit until the pressure comes all the way down. That will not be jiggling. And this little thing back here, that's when I know the pressure's gone down, because that will just, I'll hear a clink. So I'll come back and show you what everything looks like when the pressure is off and ready to open. 0. And that has went down. So now it's safe to take the weight off. So I'm going to let it sit for 10 more minutes and then we'll open it up and see what the jars look like. Okay, it's time, and I'm going to try to sit you here so you can watch while I take it off. I'm going to wear some mitts so I don't get burned. So I just kind of open it from the back, that way you don't get burnt. And there's always some water coming out, so make sure you tip it that way. And I'm just going to set this in the sink. And I will try to show you. I'm going to take them out. And I try to lift mine up straight. I don't tilt them over. That little bit of water, if there is any on the top, it won't be there very long with the heat of the jars. And they'll still be boiling when you get them out. And I just put them on a towel, and I keep them a little bit apart. You don't want to put them right beside of each other. So just kind of set them a ways apart, like they have the coronavirus, haha. I know it's nothing to joke about, but if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Okay, I'll have another one. That's all. Okay, I got 5 jars out of maybe 8 pounds of potatoes. So tomorrow I think I'm going to open one of them and see what they're like. Some people use them for potato salad. Some people use them for mashed potatoes. I don't know, I've never done it, but I'll try it tomorrow and I'll try and let you know what it's like. That's all I have for tonight, so hopefully tomorrow I'll get back with you and let you know how they taste. Hey everybody, it's Ann again from What's Up Homestead, and I just wanted to follow up with these potatoes. I washed their jars and I'm going to write potatoes and the date that I canned them. So I opened up a jar and tried these potatoes and they are delicious. These would really be good with making potato salad. I don't know about mashed potatoes yet, but I would definitely make potato salad with these. They're very good. They're not mushy. They're firm, but they're very good. I don't think they had enough salt in them. I'd probably, if I can them again, I'll put a little bit more salt. But these are very good. And I will be doing more of these if I ever find any in the stores. They're all out. All they have is russets. So this is how I can potatoes. I hope it helps someone. And if you have any questions, let me know about what I did, or if you would like to see anything else canned. And I will see you in the next video.